So Charlie Hunnam in an Apple TV Plus series? Yes, please. Shantaram has now launched on the platform with the first 3 episodes. But is this crime drama worth settling into? Alone in unfamiliar 1980s Bombay, fugitive Lin Ford struggles to avoid the trouble he's running from in this new place. After falling for an enigmatic and intriguing woman, Lin must choose between freedom or love and the complications that come with it. Alright, so this review is just for the first 3 episodes that have dropped, just to give you an idea if it's worth starting to get invested in. Charlie Hunnam plays Lin Ford, and when we meet him, he's escaping from prison. Once out, he decides to completely leave his old life behind and start over in a brand new place and lands in Bombay. Now, he doesn't know anybody or have any connections, but a knowledgeable and friendly local guide offers to help him and then begins to get Lin connected in the city. Lin then gets acquainted with the semi-underworld of Bombay, hanging out with those that are a bit sketchy, but not outrightly terrible. I mean, at least from what we've seen so far. So some of this plays out with narration from Lin, like he's recounting memories for us. And the series is based on a novel by Gregory David Roberts, and I've not read this one, but I may actually grab it as the characters, I think they're fairly intriguing. I really like how Hunnam plays his character. We see strength and determination, even a fierceness and power, but he's also got a huge humbleness to him. Like his actions that led him to prison, and then his time there, it gave him the opportunity to reevaluate, and he's choosing a different path. There's so much conflict that's present in the character. I mean, he's always trying to run away and move forward, at least to him. But there are obstacles that constantly pop up, and that's when his conscience and his quality of character, they really come into play, causing this internal struggle. And there are several moments where we watch this play out. I mean, one leaves us on a bit of a cliffhanger between episodes. His internal strife feels real, and while it may not be totally relatable, it can be understood. Now, I love the world building in this show because it's taking its time to establish how things function. Lin is not only in a new world, but he's in one of classes, and because he's a fugitive, he does tend to hang out with some of the lower classes, but also who then have ties to kind of the upper ones. I mean, these afford him opportunities to become entangled in areas that he may not want to be in, but he can also thrive in. Shubham Saraf plays Prabhu, the local guide who befriends Lin. Now, I love this character. There's an earnestness mixed with the naivete and street smarts, which I know sounds a bit contradictive, but it's really how he comes across. I mean, at least in his first few episodes, he's a very nice and caring man, but one with aspirations to rise above where he's at while still not abandoning his people. And the dynamic between Prabhu and Lin, it's fun because of how determined Prabhu is in trying to get Lin to stay and then go into business together. And there's a small level of conflict that arises here and there, but these give the characters moments to grow. Alexander Siddig is featured in this, and he plays a sort of crime boss and political figure all in one. Now, the dude is feared and powerful, but his mannerisms are quiet and reserved, which makes him all the more scary. He's intimidating even when he's being polite, and I really enjoyed this particular conversation that he and Lin have one night. There's a sense of danger and threat, but the words don't convey that. Just the tenseness of the scene and then the background of the character. The filming in this is cinematic, making for a very enjoyable visual experience. I mean, the locations are captured in gritty beauty, showcasing the divide between the classes in stark detail. There's a shanty town of sorts, and it really feels like a small city of ramshackle huts with filth and water just flowing between them. But within this dirtiness, there's also a beauty that's captured because of the people. We get insight into their collective mentality, showing how they care for each other and then thrive in their own ways because of it. Now, the story in this is a slow burn. I mean, it's taking its time to establish the location, the players, and the inner workings of the political and criminal elements. Now, I wouldn't call this slow as in boring, just patient as it builds. And I'm glad that Apple released the first 3 episodes together because it really did hook me into the story, and now I'm excited to see how it progresses. After these initial 3 episodes, the subsequent ones are going to drop weekly. Now, personally, I'm going to binge them in chunks rather than do the week to week, as I just think it's going to feel more like a mini movie and then hopefully keep the tension really high. So overall, the first 3 episodes of Shantaram are an excellent watch. Everything is top tier, from the filming to the locations to the acting and the storytelling. Yeah, it is a patient story that's unfolding for us, but with each episode, it gains momentum and tension, engaging us with characters that are varied in layer and then thoroughly entertaining to watch. There's sex, some nudity, a lot of profanity, and some brutal violence. Now, I'm going to hold off on giving this a score, but so far, I'm really hooked and I'm enjoying the series. So what are you watching right now? Anything worth recommending? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.